Let's think about a career a little differently today. Forget just looking for a job. What if we looked at a career path like a strategic investment? That's exactly what we're going to do with special education. We're going to break it down like a portfolio. We're talking costs, returns, and, of course, that long-term growth.
And this number right here, this is where it all starts, 15%. That is the projected growth in demand for special education teachers. Now, that's not just some random statistic. That's a huge signal. It tells us there's a critical, nationwide need, which for you means incredible job security and a whole lot of opportunity.
Okay, let's dive into this. When you see a high-demand field like this, you're really looking at a massive opportunity. The big question is, how do you take this need and turn it into a career that's not only rewarding, but also financially smart? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down.
So here's how we're going to tackle this, kind of like a business plan. First, we'll talk about the mission, the real-world impact. Then we'll get into the numbers, the salary and the career path. We'll cover the upfront investment you have to make in training, and then we'll put it all together to calculate your total return.
All right, first up, let's talk about a dividend you won't find in any stock market, the human return. This is the kind of value that doesn't show up on a spreadsheet, but man, it's something you feel every single day.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It gets to the very heart of that return. This isn't just about showing up to work. It's about being in a role where you directly empower people. That feeling, that sense of purpose, that's a powerful dividend that just compounds and grows with every single student's success.
But let's be real for a second. Passion is great, but it doesn't pay the mortgage. A smart investment has to make financial sense, period. So how does all this rewarding work actually translate into cold, hard cash? Let's get into the numbers.
Right off the bat, you can see a really key advantage here. The specialized skills you need in special education are in such high demand that they actually command a salary premium. We're talking on average almost 7% higher than a general teaching job. So you're not just getting a foot in the door, you're entering a field that values your expertise from day one. Let's zero in on this number for a moment. $65,900. That's the average starting salary. Think of that as your immediate financial payoff for investing in that specialized training. Pretty strong start, right?
And it absolutely does not stop there. The potential for growth is huge. Once you get some experience and maybe specialize a bit further, earning over $85,000 a year is a very, very realistic goal mid-career. That shows a super clear path for long-term financial growth.
Okay, so beyond the salary, any great investment has to offer room to grow. So what does the professional return look like in this field? Where can this career actually take you down the line?
What's really interesting here is just how clear the career ladder is. You start out as a certified teacher, making a huge difference in the classroom. But from there, you can step up into mentorship roles, you could lead an entire department, or even move into administration, where you're shaping policy for a whole school or even a district.
So the main takeaway is this, that initial investment you make pays off in so much more than just a paycheck. It's an investment in yourself as a leader, giving you a real shot to shape the future of education.
All right, every investment needs some initial capital, a buy-in. And in this case, that's the cost of your training. But the good news is, modern education has made this upfront cost way more accessible than it's ever been.
The real game changer here has been these high-quality online training programs. They give you the flexibility to get certified while you're still managing, life. They combine serious academic work with that crucial hands-on experience you need in a real school setting. So, what's the price tag? What's the initial investment look like? On average, a quality online certification program will run you about $25,000. Now keep that number in your head because we're about to use it in our final calculation.
Okay, this is it. Let's put all the pieces together. We've got the cost, we've got the starting salary, we've got all those non-financial benefits. It's time to calculate the return on this really unique investment.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is, well, it says it all, doesn't it? That average first-year salary of almost $66,000 more than doubles the entire average cost of getting certified in the first place. I mean, that is an incredible return on investment.
Let that sink in. That's the bottom line. From a purely financial view, this is an investment that can literally pay for itself, and then some, all within the very first year of your career. It's hard to find a more powerful financial proposition than that.
So when you add it all up, when you look at the total picture, the return on this investment is just massive.
You get a solid financial return with room to grow, a clear path to move up professionally, and that deep personal satisfaction of knowing you are making a real difference in the world.
It's a career that pays you back in your bank account, sure, but also in your professional life and in your sense of purpose. It's an investment in yourself that's also an investment in our future. So the only question left is it the right investment for you?